Hey guys, what is going on? Sorry I was not here last night, but anyway, I am back here today doing the picks here for MLB for you guys here for Friday the 12th. Anyway, we got a full slate of games. I think we have 15 games today. Yeah, we do. So we got a full slate of games. A lot of really good bats out there. Not too many good pitchers, and if there is really good pitchers, they're in not the best spots. So anyway, we'll get into that. I'm going to get into what I did last time. Firstly, I didn't play it at all, and I wish I would have. Turned out to be a very good lineup. So anyway, 176, it would have cashed everywhere. I think the cash line was like a 148 or something. So this cashed everywhere. It didn't matter where you played it. So anyway, one was Dallas Keuchel. It was between him and Zach Greinke. Both of them did very well. Greinke was a little bit more owned than Keuchel because, Keuchel was going up against a red-hot Yankee team here. But, man, Keuchel's unreal. 6 innings, 9 strikeout, 55 points. Pretty good night right there. Next was Devin Mesoraco. I just needed the punt the position because I already had 4 Minnesota Twins. I wanted Chris Jimenez in there as the catcher. He did okay, but can't have 5 Twins. So decided just to punt with Mesoraco. Maybe he got me 3, but, did a big whiff right there. Next was Smoke. No one really had Justin Smoke at all. Taking on my Mariners. As I know, their pitching is not good with most of their starters on the disabled list. So Chase DeJong had to start again, and he's just terrible. Anyway, Smoke, he's not doing too bad this year. No one had him at all. 41.4, home run, 4 RBIs. Really good night from him. Next, I did my Minnesota stack. I've been talking about them the last couple days. They keep getting rained out, so finally they got to play today. Dozier, like the last couple of days, he was game time decision, but he played obviously. And I came back 21.7, good night from him. Next was Miguel Sano, nailed him as well, 27.9. Next was Polanco. He was batting fourth. I said, why not? Put him in there. Only got me 3.2. Didn't do too much there. Next was Garcia here. He got me 12.2. As you see, I really stacked this game, and for the most part, it did pretty well. I put in Grossman because he's, for the most part, pretty good against lefties. That's what he's there for. He did okay, 9.2. He wasn't too much money. And last but not least was Leary Garcia. He was like $2,000, so why not put him in there, 6.2. So, overall, all these cheap guys let me get in some Dallas Keuchel, which I really needed to get. Smoke was my big one right there. So overall, 176, another really good night. So as normal, if you're interested in premium lineups, definitely let us know. We will have our email in the comment section. 35 per month, 120 for the season now. Lowered it just a little bit since 1 month is already gone in the season. So 35 for the month, 120 for the season. 2 to 4 lineups per day. Definitely let us know. No, NBA is definitely kind of gone now. So MLB is really the only thing left. And I don't know if you guys have noticed at all, but Fanduel did add WNBA, which is a little interesting. If you guys don't know, that's women's basketball. I put a little bit of a vote out there for you guys on Twitter if you want to look at it. Just wonder what you guys think of it. Is it cool or anything like that? It's going to be interesting. As you know, Anthony and I are really good at NBA. So I think it will take a little bit to get into WNBA. But, hey, I'm interested in it. It is basketball. Scoring is a little bit different and the format as well. But, definitely going to want to get into that. Just wonder what you guys think as well. So, overall, I think that does it for the recap. Let's get into today's slate. I don't have you guys a lineup here. I have bits and pieces of people I like. I'll show you guys the ratings throughout the video, but for this one, like I said, don't really have any don't have a lineup for you, but have bits and pieces here for you. So anyway, here is the top pitchers here. All these guys are in play. So Kershaw, I don't know if I can really put him in there. 9,800 here against Colorado. They kill him. Colorado been hot. His numbers looking good though, but man, against the Rockies in Coors Field, I don't know if I can do that. Next is Lance McCullers, another one of those iffy kind of guys. He's kind of like Keuchel, strikes out a lot. Doesn't have the good stuff like him, a little bit younger. So I do think the Yankees can get to him here. He's still a half-decent spot here. As you see, his WAVA there is 14 overall. So he's going to give up a couple hits. Slugging's up there. So he might give up 1 or 2 runs here against the Yankees. So if you look at the opponent WAVA there, it's 24th, and the ISO is 22nd. So that's not good at all. They're going to get some hits. They're going to get some they're going to get some home runs. So what you're really banking on here maybe is like 6 innings, give them up, maybe 3 runs, strike out 8 or 9. That's what you're really looking for here. So McCullers will give up his runs here. Tanner Roark, I don't mind him. He's probably the safer bet here. He's not an overpowering pitcher. Might get you 5-6 strikeouts. Phillies, they're a team that can hit or they can't hit. As you see, the numbers are pretty good. His K against lefties aren't up there. So overall, he's not really a strikeout pitcher. Matt Harvey, how's he going to respond after his suspension going up against the Brewers? So for me, I'm looking at Roark. I don't mind him 8,600, and then go down a little bit. I don't mind Danny Duffy. Dylan Bundy here, 8,000. I think that's respectable. Taking on a struggling Royals team. As you see, his numbers don't know why he's not a little bit higher. I really like Bundy, so that is where I would go. Roark or Dylan Bundy there. Irvin Santana, I like him as a pitcher, but man, go down against Cleveland, that's not looking well. So overall, I think Dylan Bundy and Tanner Roark are the 2 cheap guys right there that I'm really looking at. Well, not cheap, but mid-range for today. So with that being said, most of these guys here on the ratings are very expensive. So like I said, they do update throughout the day. So hopefully some of these cheap guys will come up, because right now everybody's like 3,500 or higher on the ratings here for the best available. So hopefully some of these cheap guys will come up. All right, there we go. As normal, takes a little bit for it to load there. So there's not too many good catchers here tonight. Wait for this to load. All right. Let's go to the catcher position. Overall, just to start the day here with the ratings, catcher's not too pretty. You got Yasmani Grandal. I don't mind him going on up against Chatwood. Chatwood struggling just a little bit. Overall, he is a pretty good pitcher, but I do think LA can get to him here. LA, they didn't really work too much last night for the stack, but I think they could work tonight. Overall, if you want to pay for him, he's 3,700. So that's totally up to you. If you just want to punt there with Luke Malley, since Martin's a little banged up, Christian Bregman, he's for Seattle. So I do know a little bit about him. He was with Colorado, and he was a straight trash. So this guy's not overpowering at all. I don't expect Toronto to do too much here. But like I said, if you just want to punt there, 2,000, maybe he gets you 3 points. I don't see any must-have catchers tonight. Grandal, he's looking good, but I don't think he's a must-have here. Matt Wieters, maybe. I don't know who he's taking on. Nick Pivetta, I don't know who that is. Might have to do a little bit more research. Matt Wieters, he's only 3,000, not too bad there. Chris Jimenez, So for right now, I don't mind Grandal. Malley, if you just want to punt the position, and then Matt Wieters, maybe. Wawa looking good. Like I said, I'm not sure who this pitcher is here, so I have to do a little bit more research before I can say too much there. But overall, Matt Wieters, as normal, is a pretty good spot. He's only $3,000. So, all right, moving on here to first base. So overall, number 1 is Jay Bruce here. He is not a first baseman, as we keep saying. He is an outfielder. He's 4,100. That guy's really expensive. I have seen here that Fanduel has rose a lot of these guys' prices, so that's why Kershaw and stuff are a little bit cheaper. I know he's in Coors Field, but still. But anyway, Jay Bruce. Matt Garza, he's looking a little bit better this year. Bruce does hit righties very well. As you see, he has really good numbers right now. 382 Wawa here against him, and ISO at 304 here against Matt Garza. Overall, he's looking good. Favorable matchup number 2. He should be in a pretty good spot here if you can afford Jay Bruce. So anyway, moving on here. Since you do need a first baseman, Mitch Moreland, not too bad against Alex Cobb. Pujols, he's a little bit cheaper. Zimmerman is struggling a little bit. I'd probably look at Mitch Moreland here. Overall, he's looking pretty good. Alex Cobb's not doing that pretty this year. So Boston, I think they can light him up. He's only 3,300. He's not too much. So, a lot of those guys have some pretty good ratings here. Not too high in Belt there. Smoke, maybe. I don't think he can do it again. I'm really looking at Mitch Moreland, and maybe a little bit of Pujols, but probably pick Moreland right there. All right, moving on here to second base. Once again, these guys are very expensive here. Robinson Cano, he is a game-time decision, did not play yesterday. He is considered day-to-day, so they might rest him again. Just a little bit of quad issue. He did play through it, but the game after he got taken out. So we'll have to see here. But if Cano plays, I think he's in a good spot. Wolva is unreal at a 403, really good ISO. So, yeah, I don't mind Cano. If Cano sits, Neil Walker, not too bad of a spot. He's 3,500. Yeah, I don't mind him, but I'm really looking at Josh Harrison here against Patrick Corbin. Corbin, he's not looking too bad this year. They are still in Arizona. Josh Harrison is good against lefties. He's really good against lefties, so really don't mind him. So I'm really looking at Robinson Cano. Like I said, his Wolf is insane right there. ISO really good as well. If you go down a little bit, Daniel Murphy's looking half decent. Like I said, against this Nick guy, 417 Wolva, ISO 252. Brian Dozier, he could take one here against Josh Tomlin. So Murphy, Dozier, maybe Josh Harrison if you just need someone cheap, and then Robinson Cano. So as you see, 42, 41, and then 42 for Cano. So, yeah, those three are very expensive. But if you look at it, man, those guys are looking pretty hot. Odor, not too bad either. So a lot of really good second basemen out there here tonight. All right. Moving on here to shortstop. All right, once again, a lot of Mariners up here. Gene Segura, this guy's unreal. If you can afford him, I put him in there. He's 4,000. I think has the best or close to the best batting average in the whole league. So the guy should get you at least 15 here at minimum. And, once again, we see a lot of New York Mets up here. Cabrera, 3,100, I don't mind him. His Wolva is not too bad. But not too many of these guys have too many good ISO right here. Once again, Trey Turner, he has a 239 ISO, so he might go deep against Nick. Corey Seager not looking too bad either. So not too many good shortstop if you're looking for power, but if you're looking for hitting, Gene Segura, 387. Asdrubal Cabrera, 340. That's not looking too bad. Alexander Bogaerts. But, yeah, look at these guys are very, very expensive. I'm not too high on Ryan Goins here. Never been too favored of him. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of very expensive players out here. Just got to pick and choose who you want. All right, third baseman. Once again, another Mariner, Kyle Seager here, 3,600. I don't know why his price is so high. He hasn't done squat this year. I guess this Fanduel wanted to raise everything. So anyway, he's 3,600. I don't agree with that, but 378 Wolva, not bad at all. ISO 216. He might hit one, but might get a couple hits there. Josh Tomlin is always in a good spot. Miguel Sano's in a good spot here against Josh Tomlin. As you see there, Tomlin, opponent's starting pitching, slugging allowed a 529. That's just outrageous right there. So he should give up some home runs here against Minnesota. So I don't mind a little Minnesota stack if that's want to go that way. Jake Lamb, not too bad against Tyler Glasnow. So, yeah, Seager, Lamb, Sano is kind of what I'm looking at right there as my top three. Not too high on Reyes, not too high on Shaw. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. All right, last but not least, we're going to the outfield. We already have your one outfielder with Jay Bruce. But, yeah, look at these ratings on these guys. This is going to be a very high-scoring slate. Anyway, you got Curtis Granderson here against Matt Garza. Once again, another New York Met. So it looks like Mets, the Twins, and the Mariners are the big teams here so far to stack. Anyway, Curtis Granderson, 328 Wolva, 223 ISO. Not too bad. Surprisingly, if you look at here, his ISO is not that high. But if you look overall, he's number one on the home run bomb detector here, which is really surprising. Really good numbers. I'm surprised here for Curtis Granderson, but he must have. I haven't looked yet, but he must do really good against Garza and head-to-head. But anyway, yeah, as you see there, number one on home runs. So Curtis Granderson, 2,500. He's ridiculous. So I don't mind him. It's Curtis Granderson. Okay, he's still playing. I didn't think he was. I thought he was hurt. But and then after that, it gets really expensive. Andrew Benintendi, good spot. Conforto, way expensive, good spot. McCutcheon, not too bad of a spot here against Corbin. So, yeah, overall, these guys are expensive today. So if you can find a way to get them in there, I put them in there. This is what I just kind of made up here. I just was messing around. Grandal, Moreland, Cano, Segura, and Jay Bruce there. So, yeah, hopefully those update throughout the day, and some of these cheap guys raise up to the top here because there's no way to make a really good lineup with all those expensive guys. I mean, you can obviously go down a little bit. Still in the 80s is a good rating, 2,800, 3,100. So, there's some guys there. So, yeah, it's going to be expensive. As I said, Fanduel did raise their prices a little bit on their players. So, yeah, I think that does it, guys. So as normal, if you're interested in those premium lineups, definitely let us know. $35 per month, and like I said, we lowered it just a little bit, $120 for the season. All you have to do is message us on email. We'll get you all set up as normal. Email will be in the comment section. Also, if you want to follow and hit us up on Twitter, we'll have that down there as well. So, all right, guys, I think that does it. Hope everyone has a good Friday. We'll see you guys all on Saturday.